Yeah, we've a number of guys come back in fresh now, so it's a tricky period this time of year, like because we managed the group well, but a number of guys are coming back in and played for the last few weeks. Obviously, Joe's one of them, come back from his injury. But yeah, no, they've all trained well this week, so looking forward to getting going now. Part and parcel of that is like the manager the players get from the backroom team in particular. A lot of players have had a bit of time off, as we talked about, which I think is important with the way the season is now. So, particularly with these World Cup years, like the players are back in middle of June, and the season runs through to the international guys who will be still playing test matches in Australia in July. So, it's a very, very unusual season. So, having this kind of mini break in the middle of this Christmas period where guys get a couple of weeks off, I think is important. So guys continue to be able to play well during that Six Nations window. A lot of the provincial guys, staff-wise, will get a bit of a break at the end of this block, obviously, which is at the start of the Six Nations. So it tends to even itself out. But yeah, it's been a full-on block of games. It's sort of survival of the fittest in many ways, and I think how the backroom team look after the players allows them to be able to give all themselves at the weekend. Even the game in Thomond at the weekend, I think we came through relatively unscathed out of that game, and obviously this week we're able to manage a number of guys that played last week, even though they're fit and healthy. But we've sort of made the decision to bring a lot of guys back in who haven't played in the last couple of weeks. So looking forward to seeing what they can do, because again, obviously we play this game on Saturday, and then we've the two big European games post that. So I believe we have a sold out or close to sold out game tomorrow, so hopefully a great atmosphere as well. We're well aware, obviously, the motivation of Connacht off the back of probably two disappointing weekends for them, but we understand the motivation of some of their players. If you think a lot of those guys that they jump off the page from my point of view, because I know a lot of them have come through the system here, and a lot of them we know very, very well. They know us very, very well, and it always makes these games very, very difficult for us. So for us, it's just making sure how we best impose our own game on the opposition now, but it won't be easy. Like the academy guys are very much integrated during this block, because with the number of guys being managed. So hugely important. Obviously Roman Solano came off the bench a couple of weeks ago here. He's on the bench again tomorrow, which is good. Ryan Baird, he's had that ankle injury, so he comes back in. Harry again, who played a couple of weeks ago against Ulster, so he's back on the bench again this week. So all the while, along with obviously some of the international guys as well. So you're just trying to get that balance between the experience piece and some of the younger guys as well. But it's, as I said, like it's like starting all over again. So we're trying to get everyone back up and running again. So hasn't been the easiest of weeks, but like the guys' attitude has been good. So we'll see how it transfers now into the game. Well, I think they're a very strong attacking team. You see this shape they have. Obviously, they're a team that causes quite a bit of problems. You think back to the game here last year, where it's we only score right at the very depth of the game, and whatever we were considerably behind 17 points, I think, at one stage. They caused a lot of problems that day, pulled us apart in different ways. So there's some things we talked about this week. They're a team that likes to attack, very, very dangerous, a lot of pace in the back three. So for us, making sure we're nice and clear in our plan, how we plan on shutting them down. Obviously Blade at 9 is a very, very good player, scored a lot of tries himself this season. Conor Fitzgerald is one who's come through more this year, and again, he's very tidy little footballer. So just making sure that we are able to shut those guys down. Tom Daly we know well in the midfield. Kyle Godwin obviously has plenty of experience playing Super Rugby as well. So for us it's trying to get that balance. Like at this time of year, you're never really too sure exactly what team we're going to be playing against. So you try and focus a lot of the time on ourselves, making sure our system is good, both sides of the ball, attack and defence. So a couple of weeks ago we played here against Ulster. Like for 50 minutes, the players I thought acquitted themselves really well, but then we have some of these mental lapses. Someone's come back into the game, but we give up an intercept try, we drop the ball just before half time, Ulster. So they're easy points that we're giving away. So we need to make sure that we're tighten up our game, just making sure we impose our game more on the opposition. So as I said, we'll see how we go. It's a challenge for us with bringing in very much like a new team together, but Connacht are probably a little bit similar as well, so it should be a close, evenly matched game.
Obviously it's a nice position to be in, but the focus is very much like on the opposition you're facing. As Leo said, there's a lot of changes in the team, so a lot of the guys, it's the first game in a number of weeks, an opportunity to keep up the high standards the boys have set in the last few weeks, and also push for selection into the big games in the next 2 weeks. So there's plenty of motivation. Then you add on top of that we're playing Connacht at home in the ODS, and we know exactly where their heads are going to be at. 2 disappointing weekends for them. They're going to be, fighting tooth and nail to try and get a result this weekend, heading into their European campaign. So motivation's been high, and I think, as Leo said, the standards at training, the preparation's gone well. So hopefully we can transfer it into a performance tomorrow night.